TikTok. I might only have one. Let me see. Oh, I have two. Okay, that one's okay. So we're going to keep that one off the table right now. We're just going to work with this one. How do I get to the day? You know what I really don't like? Right, let's go live. I had to wait until it started. It's just the way it is. I gotta remember where I'm streaming to today. I think I'm on, Best AI, right? Yeah. All right, there we go. Should be able to see us now. Let's go out to the page. Let me go over to the post so I can see you guys out here on Facebook. Welcome to the broadcast. I'm Leland Best Live TV, aka Best Studios LLC. I'm out here showing off AIO Relay again today. And we're doing it on a little different channel. So let me see. I don't know if I think I want to try this. Because I know I can run the lives on. I wanted to see how many streams I could do. This is nuts. So I'll try to do another Facebook channel. I'm going to see if I can do these two at a time. I don't normally do this, so you know what I could do? It's tricky. And actually, I'm just going to go ahead and roll with what I got right now so that we can just do this. On Air Live. How did I get there? How did I get to On Air Live? Oh. What? Oh, that's right. That's cool. I totally forgot. I got it set up to stream out to all those already. I totally forgot about that. So LelandBestLIVE is auto. See, this is the beauty about multi-streaming when you do it the way you want to do it. So if you don't see me, let me see something. You're not going to see me on Best. I'm on Air Live. I didn't even know I still had that channel. I don't even think I have it in this channel set anymore. They shouldn't be going out anywhere. Let me see. I gotta check this out. I thought Worldwide Live was gone. It was a group I used to run. It says it's fired up live. It's on Leland Best Live. It's on Best Live TV. And it's on Air Live, which is another page. That was another private group I thought I totally shut down. Only has 8 members in it. So that is cross-posting. Using the page to set it up to cross-post to groups and other pages. That's why you're seeing me live all over Facebook right now. I'm not actually streaming. What I'm going to do is this. Let's go this route. I'm going to go one step further. I'm live over at LelandBestLIVE is what I want to say. Let's do it this way. I'll be with you guys in a second. I'm just trying to, it's only at Leland. Yeah, okay. Done. I'm going to check this. I'm going to go live. It's zoomed way in for some reason. I don't know why my iPhone does this at times. And it won't zoom back out. It's really weird. There, see if I tap and double tap and come back, it'll do it. So I'm going to try to set you guys up somewhere where you can see me. If you're hanging out on Facebook, find something stable. There's nothing stable there. Move this out of the way a second. Okay, that's good. Wearing my Friday the 13th shirt on Friday today. If you're watching me on Facebook right now, which you might be a little bit, I'm using the phone for this. And actually, yeah, okay, we're good there. I'm going to ask people to go check out where I'm broadcasting on Facebook and YouTube before. I'm just doing this because I didn't open up the channel to the Leland Best account, which I think I can if I do it right. But I'm afraid if I do, I'm going to log out of one over the other. But if I do this, I think I can start it over here on another machine. I'm trying to see what my limits are today. So is me. Just let me in my dang account again, please. I'm signing in on the computer, so I'll have access to both. What I'm basically going to do is stream up. What? Oh my God. All right, they sent me a code. Sorry, what do we got? Let us know it's you. Yes, it's me. Seriously? Facebook code. I'm sure. Can't share this. That was it. Yep. Okay, cool. Oh, just open up already, would you? Trust this device. Alright, cool. Now what I'm going to do is go do a live over on LelandBestLIVE. Oh, it says I'm live. That's weird. Oh, it's with my phone. See what happens sometimes? Alright, so I'm live on my phone out here on Facebook, but I am going to go ahead and bring it in on another feed, so hold tight. I'm going to do it this way. I'm actually probably going to shut down here in a second on this one because I won't be able to create two lives at the same time. Yep, streaming software, stream key, we already have all that. Why is it not using the persistent stream key? Did it reset it already? You can only broadcast one live video at a time with your persistent stream key. Let me see what I got in here. Hold on. That one might work. It might have already expired. Yeah, that one's no good. That's crazy. See, they've already burned out my. If I go with my persistent stream key, it regenerates a new one. No, that's the same one. There it is. Okay, there's my persistent stream key. Good to go. All right, so I'm just going to say what I said in the other one, which was what? Mail relay. Oh. All right, I'm just making this easy. I'm not asking for anything. I'm just opening up the page. Okay, let's see if we can go ahead and dedicate that one as well. Save. Now I'm going to bring in this feed, so I'm going to turn that feed on as well. And we'll see what we get here in a second. Okay, cool. That should pop into the feed on the other machine. I got to stop this feed. We'll see you guys soon. Bye. Okay, done. I'm going to do that. And we go live. Oh, this freaking app. I was wondering what that was. It was Facebook on the other end. Okay, we're going. We're not going to end the live. I am going to go over to where this page is. For that post on another. Hey, we got a comment already. That's my comment, actually, that I'm auto posting from Facebook. So some of the things I have automated are actually just through Facebook. It's not anything I'm doing inside. I got Bindi right behind me on the chair here, so it's going to be a little slippery back and forth. So now we're locked in. I am. Now you're going to leave? Okay. So we'll see you later. Gives me more room to move. I'm good to go. All right, cameras level. Screen. Uh-oh. What's going on over here? Switch gave up over here. Did we lose that feed? No. Let me refresh this. It should still be working. Good. Just looked like it froze up over there for a second. I'm trying to see the chat on the page. There we go. But I don't want to hear it. There. Okay, now I'm going to fix the mic because you guys are hearing a garbage mic. You're hearing the mic that is the fault off the camera up there. So I'm going to go to my good mic now. This is where everything sounds a lot better, right? Okay. I'm probably going to have to deal with the cat here because she may want to move through the door behind her in a moment. We're going to try to give this thing its full effect today. I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to pull off. We have a final refactor. A final V2.0 has been in the works for about a week, 2 weeks now. And when I say that, I mean, I didn't want a version out 2.0 yet because I was just working on the same features I spelled out when we called it 2.0. We didn't add anything. We were just breaking some things and reorganizing some things. We put in a full program bus instead of AI kind of wanted us to take a step that I didn't want to take in the first place, and that was having a preview take broadcast platform over the program bus, which is to say nothing's dynamic and live switching. It's preview it first, push it out to the broadcast on a program feed, which is similar to what we're actually doing. But the difference is we're doing it all live. Okay. We're not checking our outputs before we send them. We're literally just applying overlays to an active feed, a full line audio feed that is, we're auditing that audio feed in 3 locations. And then from there, we just watch everything from there. I'll try to keep an eye on the chats. The only one I'm actually have open are the 2 Facebook pages. I am currently broadcasting on 3 YouTube channels and 2 Facebook pages on a 1 gig network. I'll show you where that's at with regards to how well it's functioning so you can actually see it in action. So let's head over to a screen share mode, which is where I'm going to get to show you the appliance that I'm working from. So this is AIO Relay. I'm going to see how fast it gets to, wow, it's getting to Facebook really fast. So let me tell you what we did manage to accomplish over the last several days. I have been shooting for a level of latency that was less than 6 seconds from time of application, me applying my voice to the mic, and the time that I hear it back on YouTube. Okay. That's my primary goal because I know Facebook has a little bit of a gap in there where they've processed signal. They overprocess their signals, and it's basically a little slower typically than YouTube. But I'm going to verify that here in just a minute because I think I've cleared a gap there too as well. On YouTube now, currently with AIO Relay, we are streaming with a latency of 3 seconds or less, which is to say I can raise my hand on my appliance while I'm talking and say 1, 2. By the time I get to 3, I can usually hear my voice coming across YouTube. Okay. I'm going to try that on Facebook right now and just see what happens. So I'm going to open up the mic on Facebook so I can hear the return feed. I was waiting for a dead air, but that's okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it was like 4 or 5 seconds before I heard myself say 1 on the other feed. Let me confirm that. 1, Mississippi. 2, Mississippi. 3, Mississippi. 4, 4 seconds. Okay. So that's actually really good. I didn't think I'd ever get that low latency out to Facebook. So let me mute that because I'm hearing myself with a little delay over there. On YouTube, it's 3 seconds or less. And that to me is better than what my goal was to achieve. And that was simply getting less than 6 seconds of latency. So we achieved a benchmark that we didn't really expect to achieve as soon as we did. And I'm looking at an output right now with these 5 leads. The green bar you see that keeps turning red and coming across the feed like that. That's basically just a confidence meter. It's showing that audio is actually getting to the feed. It doesn't stay green all the time because if there's a pause in the audio or if there's even anything janky going across, low volume or something that just doesn't seem to be coming across right, it's going to show an odd delivery. But it's really just because sometimes there's silent air. And it may pick up that silence. I may change that to read more lifelike, like the UV meters you see right here where my mouse is at the device itself shows a peak level, and it's basically bouncing off of the feed in real time. The secondary, what we call wave meter display up in this side, is displaying the audio that's coming from the studio into the pipeline for media MTX and FFmpeg, which is where the signals get processed into RTMP for delivery out to the destinations. So from the destination, you get confidence to know that it's receiving audio. From here, you know that your audio is leaving the studio and making it to the processor or the program engine. And from here, you know that your studio is actually producing audio. You can see that same feedback here on the audio processing bar, which is just to show you peak levels, knowing that your mic is where you see when you're selecting between mics, you could see it. I didn't need to add this section. And who knows, I may take this out, but it was a focal point during our office hours days where we were leveling everybody's mics to come out onto a Zoom call during COVID. And it was nice because whenever anybody talked on the Zoom call, everybody was at the same level. And that's not something you find very often at all, if at all, during meetings online nowadays. So a lot of the times people come in on their webcam mics and a lot of other mics, their headsets or their ear pods and things like that. I say ear pods just because I can't stand those things in live broadcasting. There's a Bluetooth delay factor along with the fact they just look dopey sticking out of your ears. So not my idea of a professional broadcast. Headphones are fine because that's typical of a broadcast station or a broadcaster in general. But really the best way is to find either behind the over-the-ear type monitor headgear that you would see live performers use on stage, or if you're going to use Bluetooth, make it something you can't see in your ears. Small black ones or skin-colored ones work really well. But I would recommend highly just finding ways to get good mic equipment and turn your speakers down so that you're not feeding back audio to yourself, that you even need to worry about having headphones on at all. When I'm broadcasting like this, I don't need to have these on. The main reason these are used is so that if I have someone talking to me on the feed and we're trying to mix minus out for a broadcast for an interview, then we're going to have to listen really closely to the echo feeds and know whether there's echo going on in the feeds, or whether we have crossing audio or hearing two people at the same time, all kinds of things that are done from a technical perspective. But in reality, it's about trying to get people to sit down like we see in a podcast environment with no headphones and open mics. But that's a difficult task to perform. You have to really focus in on how you're going to use your audio in a regard like that. And that's what we've somewhat done with AIO Studio, is applied some of those filters in a couple of cases. You've got the filters for the browser studio, and then you also have audio filters for the back end audio being delivered to the channels. So we're using all of them currently during this broadcast. We may even be over processing the audio a little bit, but that's really not an issue. That's okay. We don't have a problem with doing that. So let me see what we got for streams. It looks like let me see if it's a Facebook glitch here or if it's just the feedback. I'm just going to pause this one. I'm going to double check though. The feed seems to be going great. But on my view here, on my view, that's the view of the broadcast. If I look on the broadcast itself, it's doing fine. But if I'm trying to watch it, it shows up as frozen. So I'm going to close a couple of Facebook pages here. Okay, now I can see the comments over here. Perfect. So I'm feeding through one. I'm watching the other. Everything seems to look fine. This is 2.0.0 final. We've locked that in as of all this week. It was just cleanup work over the last few days. I said I was going to go live every day this week. I did not, and I apologize. The reason for that was I got frustrated with my AI. My AI, all right, let me explain what was going on. You see this meter here, okay? You see how it's dead already. Did I? No, I didn't lose audio. Yeah, so it's not reading on the wave meter here. Hold on, let me do this. Let me close that out. Yeah, see, this is what tends to happen. Now, you guys might not be getting audio. Let me see. All right, you're getting audio, which is good. But you see how it's not registering in this, which is what it should be. It should be showing the in audio for this. And that's an issue. It seems there's a null factor somewhere in the code that if I do certain things, and it could be just when I switch this button from the audio setup, where it sends a null and tells the app not to monitor this. It just leaves it as a flat line and it gets skipped completely. What you are seeing, however, is basically the full feed with all 5 feeds going. You hear the audio. I see the feeds. I see everything's working fine on YouTube. And that's why we did all of these confidence factors. You see here, status, streaming. It will tell you on the tooltip if you hover over it just long enough. It'll expose status streaming. If it's a failed status or if it's idle, it'll tell you. If it's live and broadcasting, it'll be flashing alive. It'll tell you the resolution. The live switch will be on. The audio will be moving and the timer will be running. If any of these things aren't working, then now that's common. And again, I may fix it because I think this is every 2 seconds that this is reading. And that's why you get these gaps in the way it looks. You see orange maybe while I'm talking, but it's really picking up something that was not said 2 seconds ago. Okay, that's all that is. In regard to TikTok, I didn't fire a TikTok stream. That requires me to actually get ready to go live on the phone, which I could do. Let me see. The only thing with the way the feed is set up right now, I believe it would go full on landscape mode. So let me just see. I don't know if it gives me the same thing. So let me see. View detail. Oh, got it. I didn't want the details. I'm setting up a YouTube stream or a TikTok stream, possibly. Now, the way I have to do that is I have to go through and get the stream key. Go live with the stream key, copy your server link and stream key, and then paste them into your streaming software. I already have that, I believe. If I go live, add topic, chat. No, I want gaming somehow. I don't know how I do that. Okay, there's the server URL. Let me just check. I may already have these. Yeah, the stream key is the same. Oh, they are. No, it's not. Okay, hold on. I just need to change some numbers here. 3, 8, 6, 6, 9. I just need to change a string of like 5 or 6 numbers. I think that's it. And then I need to add in, oh shoot. Let me see. I should be able to push this to TikTok. Oh yeah, they changed this completely. I gotta use my old CDN and URL. Push. Hold on, I'm just entering some data. If you're here and I don't see you, just give me a sec. 02, did I do that right? No. So far off. I have my hands off on the keyboard. F5 TT02 dot TikTok CDN. I think that's it. We'll go one more dedicated stream. Will it let me? Yeah, it should. Oh wait. Dedicated. Save. All right, I'm going to see if this is going to let it start. You ready? Let's see. Oh. Destination disabled. Check. Click to enable. I'm trying. It won't let me. Okay, something's not right here. US. Trying to see if I got all of the information here. Server link copied. TT02, right? Yeah. Oh, save. Looks like it's not flipping the switch. Why is it disabled? All right, hold on. I'm going to try something. Oh, shoot. I'm going to save that for a second. I don't know why it's disabled. Oh, no, it's disabled here, too. Oh, but that would be disabled. Yeah. See what happens. Save. Click. There we go. Okay, there was something wrong with the other one. Let's see what happens. Should be going. Maybe. Go. Introducing superfans. Go to become a superfan. I don't think it's working. That's weird. All right, let's see. It should be going already. Hey, are we rocking or what? I don't see any feed though. Oops, there we go. All right, now I'm getting my feedback. Let's go see what we're getting here. We're getting there. Okay, and I'll put fail. It's getting, it's trying to reconnect. Nope. Got a stream error on that one. All right, we're going to pause that one. We'll work on it. I know TikTok, it sees me out there. The stream is live, but it's not sending the signal. I'm not sure why. So we're going to have to get some more feedback from TikTok on that one. Oh, maybe I had the wrong key. Yeah, I did. Shoot, there we go. I had the wrong stream key. Let's try it now. I'm going to break and try and restart one more time. Nope, it's breaking. Not sure why. Oh, it's not saving the stream key. It's saving the... It's saving that, but it's not saving the stream key. Okay, that's why. Sorry, guys. That's not going to work. I'm up. I got everything running here, but it's not what I was looking for. So I'm going to pause. Let me see. Maybe I can... I'm at safety, marker viewers. Nope. All right, we're going to play with that later. So I'm going to kill the TikTok feed for now. It's just because I've got the wrong numbers and stuff. We're not going to mess with it. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Yikes, what? Calls are secured. Not sure what that was about. Okay. Cool. So we're still rocking everything else. We still got 5 streams going. I'm pretty confident just in that alone. I could set up my Twitch stream as well. I just haven't gone out and pulled all my keys together for this particular broadcast. It wasn't the purpose. I like to just see how many streams. It doesn't matter if I use YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitch or what have you. I'm still having to open up individual streams, and they're all dedicated streams. So I'm not teeing these out with one source. I'm literally pumping out 5 individual stream locator. I gotta stop this. This is done over here. Sorry, guys on TikTok. I gotta shut the stream down. I meant to do that a minute ago. Okay, my bad. But this is not like a single stream leaving my machine. This just shows the capability of what your PC and a 1 gig network can actually pull off. I have a 2.5 gig local network, but I have a 1 gig up, 1 gig down fiber network for my internet access. So that gives me what? 1,000 megabits per second. And I'm literally using less than 50. I'm ranging in at about 45 to 50 megabits per second when I have 1,000 available to me. I'm sending out 5 signals on that, which all seem to be coming across really solid. I don't have any kind of thing there where it looks like it's doing anything wrong. What I do know is that as time goes on, the signal will sometimes degrade. And when I say degrade, it will slow down sometimes as to it reaching its destination. I'm okay with that because it will make up for lost time over time. It's just the way things operate in live streaming sometimes. Like, for instance, right now, let me do a rough count on how things are going out on Facebook at LelandBestLIVE. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 6 seconds before I heard myself say 1. Now, let me go up to my page on just Leland Best, my main page. I'm going to do the same thing. I still see myself counting over there. So we're going to do it again. There we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 seconds to get to Leland Best Live, or I'm sorry, my main page here at Leland Best. So you can see there's a difference when it comes to Facebook when you start the signal, how you send the signal, and whether there's a timing gap or not between signals. And in this case, there is. It's not a drastic change, but I'm looking at 2 different monitors of both feeds to Facebook, and they're not in sync. They're not in the same time frame. It's like right now, I've already seen my hand on the one, and my other hand is just now showing up in the other feed. So it's like a 3-second difference between the two feeds. You have to remember that, especially working with Facebook pages. It's not as evident on YouTube channels. I should be able to go to my YouTube channel and see under 3 seconds and just cap on. I can do that real quick. Let me see. I should have a YouTube page open somewhere. Let me double check. Oh no, I only have one open. Let me go to my YouTube page. I'm going to open that up and take a look at what's going on there. And I'll just pick one of them. I'm going to actually, that was something I wanted to bring to the table today, mostly because I was working on how I was going to clean up my YouTube channels. I have over 10 YouTube channels that I've been operating for quite some time, and it was just getting to the point where things were way out of hand, too much going on, too much stuff to monitor for a single operator. So I decided I was going to go through my branding today for one last time and decide what type of tier setup we're going to use to broadcast, produce content, and keep things going as far as the developer's standpoint goes. So currently, let's see, it looks like it's preparing that stream out where it should be. Yeah, it looks like it's doing weird on YouTube. Let me see. It still says it's preparing the stream. And it could be because of that audio chain broke earlier. Let me see here. Because if it broke going to YouTube, that means we're not getting an audio feed. But I see it going through the unit, so that's kind of the weird thing about it. Now we'll have to check all the pages. It says it's preparing the stream, but it doesn't look like it's actually going. Let me go check one of the other ones. Let's go to Best Live TV, which is another page we're broadcasting to right now. Should be. Create, go live. Both of these, all three of these should be getting signal. It says it's receiving the full signal. It's just, yeah, this is preparing stream. It looks like the audio was messing with it. Okay, cool. So we'll take care of that. I know what that is. It's just the way it started. I got one more to look at. I'm going to go check LelandBestLIVE. Now that one's working fine. Okay. So 2 of my feeds are going okay. Let me try. That's interesting. Maybe it's just not loading right, but the one on LelandBestLIVE is working fine. It's been going dead on for 32 minutes. Let me try and open a different channel page. Maybe I didn't do something right there. Sometimes YouTube can be just streaming away and you don't even know it because you're not actually on the channel watching it. You're just trying to get in on the back end and it's busy streaming already. So what I'm going to do is just head to my channel and see if that feed is actually coming out live. I don't think it is. Nope, not yet. That was me from yesterday. I'm checking. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so let me see if I can get this feed running again. I want to get all 5 of them going at once. It says it's preparing the stream. So what I'm going to do, I'm on Best AI TV right now. And then we'll cover how I'm working my YouTube channels. I'm going to stop the stream out at Best AI. Because we do have 2 streams going on Facebook with no problem. I do have a 3rd stream on YouTube. In this case, I'm just waiting for that to disconnect. So I'm going to reconnect the stream on Best AI TV. Hopefully this will just pick up the stream right away. We're going to close the one on Best Live TV. Because that one wasn't coming through either. There we go. So we got video there now. We got video on LelandBestLIVE. And now we just need video on Best Live TV. This is where it gets a little goofy because I'm basically trying to create 3 feeds through here at the same time, which I shouldn't have to deal with all this. I should just be able to fire those cues and the feeds should start on YouTube automatically. It says I'm not connected. I'm going to start this one now out on the other channel. That was the other thing. There's supposed to be a modal when you go to turn this off. That is a warning. That was the one thing that got missed in all the coding that we did over the weekend. This should have a warning modal that when you go to shut it off, it'll say, do you really want to do that? There we go. Okay. So now we have full there. Perfect. So I'm going to show you guys what's going on real quick. I'm just going to change the screen share for a second and grab a different one over on my other screen here so you guys can see what's going on. I'm just going to go onto your screen, YouTube screen. So here we are. This is the Facebook feed as it's currently running. You guys, if you're watching it over on Leland Best Live, this is the feed that's going through there. And then my other Facebook feed to Leland Best is up on a different machine, so I can't actually share that with you until I connect the NDI setup over here for what I want to do. The other 3 on the tabs you see are 3 YouTube channels. So we have a YouTube channel feed going out at Best Live, or that's Leland Best Live. We have one on Best Live TV, and we also have one going on Best AI TV. So let's talk about my YouTube setup. What we're basically going to be doing moving forward, because I have these YouTube channels, some of them are very old. Leland Best Live is a very old YouTube channel. It was used for a lot of my initial broadcasting from 2013 and on. That channel's been alive since that period. It lost its original name, which was just Leland Best Live. Now I have to call it Leland Best Live TV. You change your name one time sometimes and you can't get it back, okay? And that's just the downfall of YouTube. But really, handle names don't mean as much as I keep grasping onto, or even connecting domains to those handle names aren't always necessary. It's more about the name of the channel itself that means the most to you. So in this case, let me make sure I'm getting audio on YouTube just to be sure. Yeah, okay. So what we're doing here, basically, let me go back to my other, I'll go back to where we were. I'm going to close this mix out and go back to cam. There we go. We've made some major improvements with these buttons, guys, I'm telling you. And there are a couple of meters that I did miss and didn't put on the appliance that I wanted to. So I'm going to go back to the share of the appliance itself real quick and just let you see this part. So some of the major improvements we've done over the last week was the pipeline itself, which was making sure that there were catches for any type of null arguments that might get thrown into the mix, which you see one right now that does need to be fixed. So, and we've expected this. We kind of knew there was one more in there somewhere that we haven't been able to rummage out because it pops up its ugly face very randomly and very, very few and far between, but it can show, and we're not sure what's triggering it yet. That's this master switch graph that you've been seeing produce the wave effect all this time. It may come back while we're here broadcasting, but it went away during one of our switches, switching to something. I think it was when I started the TikTok stream and it didn't work, that it cut that out. And it was because it went to a different state, but everything was still broadcasting audio properly. So we just let it go. It's just not reading what it should be picking up. It was told not to for some reason, and now it's not. So the audio is going from the studio through this appliance part here, but you're not seeing it because if it weren't, we wouldn't see these green bars down here on the destination cards, okay? Couple things we added, just for convenience wise, when you go to actually shut off the studio now, if you're going to turn it off, these encoder playlist off come up. So you have a choice to switch between other sources, which is to say I could switch right now from what we're doing and start using vMix just by hitting encoder. And as long as I have a feed coming through from vMix, I can go ahead and let that live feed take over. I could probably show you how that works right now. Let me see if it works. I'm going to go ahead and give it a test here when I open up here. It's going to take me a second to open up the vMix setup, but that's fine. So what happens in this regard, we're not going to do anything. We're just going to leave it where it is. That was one feature. We shortened the names of all these to 3-letter acronyms. So we have PIC for snapshots. We have record for recording, VTT for video, or I'm sorry, voice to text, which is the transcript that you're going to get from the video if you record it locally. Local recordings are now stored in a recordings directory inside whatever install directory you place AIO Relay in. It's not going to go to your default downloads directory anymore. It's going to be used within the construct of where you put the software. And we thought that was most appropriate. If you right click that button, it'll actually get you, oh, no, it didn't. The record button. If you right click that button, it will actually get you to the working folder of whatever install directory, AIO Relay recordings. And that's where your recordings will end up on your record. As a matter of fact, let's do it real quick. So if I hit a record button and I start recording, and as long as this button is enabled, that's by default, so that everyone that hits record will start a transcription as well. We did that on purpose so that you wouldn't forget, okay? If you don't want a transcription, simply click on that button to turn it off or disable it, and then it won't produce the other file. The file is produced actually after the video is completed. It stores the VTT, but then it writes the VTT and the MP4 by making a copy of the recording it's making and instantly dropping that onto the folder. In doing so, it adds all the moot part of the video file that allows it to be scrubbed and moved forward and backward on there. So we're going to stop this video real quick. We're going to show you the other fourth button while I'm here. If I just click on this button or hold it down, because this is a push to talk, put you in lo-fi walkie-talkie mode, and you will hear that while you're talking to your audience. You won't hear it locally unless you open up the speaker button there. And then you just let go and it'll go back to normal voice. It's a filter setup that we put in place. So let's stop the recording and then because you see here it says saved AIO Studio with a date, time, and MP4 file. It gives you a little flash up to let you know it's done it. So if we right click on record, it's going to go back and open that folder again, and you'll see two files. One is the MP4 file of the recording we just made. Okay, in the same resolution that you have your device set up for. And also the VTT file, which is a full-blown text formatted web VTT with caption, title as kind, English language, and everything that you said would be stored with timestamps all the way down and through, just like a typical VTT file would be found over on YouTube. So that's one way for you to take your video, upload it to YouTube, take the text, push it through AI, have it fix all of the little misspelled words and what have you, and then upload that with YouTube, and you should be good to go. That's why we did it. We wanted to make it easy for everybody to do that. That was the best way to do it. We made sure now that the buttons are running solid. We moved the volume control off of the bottom toolbar and placed it up here. Go to adjust the speaker volume. If you click it once, you will find the volume control. If you raise it, you will start to hear the player's studio in your ear. That's why we recommend headphones when you go to do this. If you double click, it will instantly mute. Okay, so if you click once, you see the bar and you can slide it out of mute. But if you want a quick mute, you just double click. And that gets that bar completely off the toolbar out of the way so it doesn't crunch us when we go to mobile view, which would push it into the side and dock it. We had it was a little tight with some of the work that was happening on the window. The button for the on off was starting to get pushed off the edge, getting clipped a little bit. So we took care of that. 2 of the meters we've added, and we're going to add a couple more, and we'll probably version it when we do this, because the fact that we did say we locked in version 2.0. We have CPU and AIO, which is the software appliance itself, metered against the CPU. So our overall CPU right now running both AIO Relay, seeing 4 feeds coming back to us through YouTube and Facebook, and having vMix open on the back end right now to set up for a test for the RTMP feed ingest handover, along with some email software, an AI, Telegram. I'm going to turn some stuff off here. And you should see, we're going to get that number to go down just a little bit. So the CPU is going to jump up while it's doing this stuff. I'm not going to close everything. I'm going to close Telegram. I could close anti-gravity for now. Let's do that. Oh, no, I want to talk about some of the stuff. I actually have to update that. But there's some other background processes. Nothing uploading into our system, though. If you notice on the screen, you see nothing but green bars and an OK. What that means is the bandwidth is monitoring. It's monitoring as everything going up into the cloud. This is output only of 30 megabits per second. 46 with all the overhead is what's happening because there's other processes taking place, obviously. But as to what's coming out of the appliance, it's 5 streams at 6 megabits per second, 30 megabits per second. So that's really good numbers that we're seeing here. On solid, on point with what we should see. The CPU, that's a little heavy, I'll be honest. But AIO is only using 10% of that. Now, if you're running vMix, what am I running over on vMix with a video stream? What else we got? It's running, well, it's telling me my GPU. That's the other one I want to add is CPU vMix is 1%. Total over there is 42, 43. So I'm seeing the same CPU totals on each side. Maybe a little more conservative on AIO relay. It looks like it's reading a little bit higher, maybe 2% higher, 5% most. I would like to maybe add render time. Frames per second I don't really need, but it wouldn't be a bad idea. GPU memory is one that I would like to see added to that, along with just system RAM, so that people have a good gauge as to how much memory you're using while you're broadcasting and how much video memory your GPU's up against and trying to utilize it. Same. Okay, what else? I just kind of want to cover a lot of this stuff as we go. And this is just a state fix that needs to be done, or something that's kicking it out of state. It's not breaking the app. It's just simply not allowing us to see. If I were to restart the studio and everything, this would likely come back right away. Just to finalize on the feature sets that we have in the studio, to give you a full rundown of what is capable. Keep in mind, this is a local appliance. You don't have to go log into this system. You just fire it up or just leave it on all the time. And if you're ready to go, you just hit start all or stop all or whatever you're doing, and you're streaming. There are some things with Facebook that are intricacies, no different than other systems, though I feel it's much more private when you have the control by just using the persistent stream keys rather than having to connect a third-party system via an Facebook API just to get access to your pages. We can let you build as many pages in here as you want. Streaming to Facebook through the app is one thing. That's where the cost factor comes in. We get that. We're trying to build an appliance that gets you away from the SaaS price, okay, and not having to pay every month. That's the purpose of the app. So there are going to be some, sacrifices made with regards to how you operate. But part of the reason we're doing this is, how is it you want to operate? Am I saying 7 hours? Oh, I have been running the appliance that long, actually. That's pretty well. So we've been running the appliance for 7 hours now, since last night. It's been live and it hasn't crashed at all. Everything's working really fantastic. I'm actually very excited. So let's add a couple other things. Are you seeing closed captioning over there? Let's see. Probably not. What if I were to do a burn in? All right, now I can preview it on my end, and I see the closed captioning on my end on the PC. You see it up there in the window with me. That's more for my own sake to kind of judge how the CC is working. If I hold the button, it'll turn red. And now, in just a short time, you should start to see the burn-in of the, if it's working right. It looks like, yeah, there it goes. You see the burn-in of the closed captioning in the video itself. And it's not really reading the exact way I would like it to. It's showing an awfully small line with a small text base inside the frame. It's actually a little lower than the one that we see in the preview. Not that it's a bad thing. And the purpose of this was more or less for when you're recording your own training videos or something and you want a way to get closed captioning into the video, but you're hosting it on your own system instead of putting it on YouTube where it's going to automatically get closed captioning. This is a way around that. Okay. And not only that, but it gives you that ability to just kind of go back over your own videos and see how well you're speaking. Sometimes it's a good training process. Go through and save the closed captioning over your video and see how many words you speak that don't necessarily get picked up very well by closed captioning, and maybe work to articulate those words a little better. Just saying. It's one of those things you can work toward. So we're going to try another test here and see if it works. I'm not sure how well this is going to go, but we're going to see how it does. What I'm about to do, well, let me show you one thing about video. that you can do within the system. I'm swapping over, but I'm going to actually go back and I'm going to close out the screen share for a moment. Go back to cam. I'm so glad we did this like this. God, it's gorgeous. I'm going to turn off the closed captioning for now. And I'm going to go draw a file out of my videos here. Anything that I might grab. I'm going to load it up. Whoa. What happened there? Okay, that was weird. I haven't seen it do that before. It's because of the format of the video. Okay, something's wrong with that video. Let's do that again. Oh, wow, that's weird. Okay, it's putting a weird layer. We got a weird black layer going up here. Oh, no, it's not showing up on YouTube, though. Still see that Facebook weirdness going on. Wow, there's a lot of delay on those YouTube feeds. Oh, YouTube not receiving enough to maintain smooth streaming. All right, let's see what we got. Should be. I'm just watching. I'm looking to see what it's doing here. I like to double check. Sometimes you never know what kind of signal you're getting on the systems you're working on. And if the stream health is failing, we want to know. It's saying poor over here, but that's weird. I'm just trying to figure out what's up. And sometimes you'll get a little lag, don't get me wrong. If you start pushing your limits on any of these feeds, it looks like the one over it. There it goes. Yeah, sometimes you just don't know. Still only about 4 seconds. There was some switch that we did. It was when I went to play the file for the video. And that's a YouTube video that I just downloaded from one of my channels. I don't even know the integrity of that video. I didn't play it before I went to stick it in the system. Let me find one that I know works, or at least should work. And if I have to correct this next time, or again, I will. I have some. Killed my feeds. All right, I gotta go back and fix it. Oh no, they're back. Oh, no, they broke on Facebook. Yep. What did I do? I gotta find out what I did there. All right, I'm backing out. We'll see you guys in a bit.